That was directed by James Mangold, who just made a wonderful film about Bob Dylan called The Complete Unknown, and co-wrote and directed it. And what do you want from a director when you're? I don't mean in preparation for shooting and all that, but when you're actually on camera, when you're shooting the movie, what does a director give you that you need?
I suppose it depends. I suppose it depends on the piece. But a lot of it for me is how the director is on set and the world he's built. And so if how they are with everyone. So if everyone feels, it's not just about, of course, respect and a good set, but it's also that it kind of everybody's bringing their best, and every head of departments, whether it's the sets or the action or the hair, the thing, you get all that team of people, and the director is that person at the head that's like running a family, that really is very good at bringing good people together and listening to them and working together. Then I feel very relaxed to do my part and just enjoy and stretch out in my, and the more challenging directors, you find that you're ended up having to worry about a lot of other parts, and you're not as free, and the family's not as strong. That's what I think.
Did you have it in your mind at this earliest stage to be a director, or did that come later?
That came much later, I think. I don't know what year it is. I never thought. I mean, in a way, it's not a sad thing, but I was told when I was young, you could act, you could model, you could do. Nobody ever said to me, you could be a lawyer, you could be a writer,
Yeah.
you could be right. So I kind of, for as much as it's nice that I was supported to do this, I was never really supported to do anything else. So it took me a very long time to try to write and discover I could. And then because I'd written something, I ended up directing it. But I never had the nerve to think of myself as a director. So it took me a while.
How was the experience of being nominated for and then winning the Academy Award?
I'm trying to think of how much I'm going to share right now. When I was little, my parents divorced. My mom was home with 2 little kids. My mom's dream was to be an actor. I believe my mother's dream was to be an actress, probably why she took her to the theater in Chicago all the time. And my mother used to tell me a story that when she was in her 20s, because she had me, she was very young, she was divorced to a very famous man and she was home with her babies in an apartment, watching him win an Oscar with the other woman.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of just a part of our family history.
Yeah.
And I remembered thinking that she was there for me and my brother, and that was the choice she made, and how she must have felt on that night always really stuck with me.
Mm.
So to have that moment to get off that stage and call her and say, it's yours, and I gave it to her, was like one of the best moments for me in my life. So
that's the best story I've ever heard about winning an Oscar, I think. And it's a great performance. It deserves that.
Thank you.
You just told me just a few minutes ago that you turned down Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Are you glad you did it?
I'm very glad I did it. Yes, I'm very glad I did it. I may never have gone to Cambodia. I may never have met my son. I may never have started. I mean, this would be the film that would change. I would learn so much about I admittedly came smoking 2 packs a day and completely had to change my health and my life, and discovered that I could do things I didn't know I could do. And I met a lot of lifelong friends that, yeah, it would change everything. That film that at first, because I'd seen the video game and I was, at that time, I was almost offended.
But you said yes.
But I said yes because I wanted to travel the world, and I did get to train with the British military, and I did have a big adventure, and yeah, I loved it in the end.
And it made you sort of a bankable star.
And then it did that, yeah.
Let's revisit Lara Croft right now, and then a scene from
Guy right there.
then a scene from The Good Shepherd.
It's a great mix.